Hey everybody, welcome back to Pro Mix Academy. Glenn Fricker here, going to give you a quick pointer on setting up tempo maps in Reaper. Now, this is something that can be really critical for just laying out your songs, your projects, everything, and making the bands you're working with play tighter. Now, after many years of making records, the one thing I've heard over and over and over again from bands when you ask them for their tempo maps or their layouts or any of that kind of stuff is, oh, well, the music we make has different tempos at different times, and they'll claim ignorance. So you can show them this video and this will lay it out. I mean, like, this is in Reaper. It's shareware, you know, you can buy it after like your 30 days or whatever, but you can get this, you can have a band download this program. It works on Mac or PC, and they can lay out their tempo maps and practice to them. And that is definitely going to make the band play much tighter. Now, first and foremost, let's just set an overall BPM. Let's say, you know, there's a metal band. Let's go say 185 BPMs. That's a really good metal tempo for a quick beat. And we're going to add a track in. That's Command T on the Mac, Alt T or Control T on PC. I can't quite remember exactly. Apologies. I'm on a Mac OS right now using a PC keyboard, so everything's a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure it's Control T on the PC. Anyway, we want to go to Insert Click Source, and that's going to give us our basic tempo. Pretty simple stuff. And this is really easy to do. And we'll just go back here. You know, if you don't know how to go through all that, check out my last video I did, which is all about setting up metronomes in Reaper. There's two different methods to do it. But for a tempo map, we're going to just use the click source. And then you might actually be able to export this as a MIDI file for cross-platform compatibility. I'm going to show you guys that at the end of this video. Anyway, so pretty straightforward stuff. So what we want to do here is we're going to go, we're going to hit whole notes, and we're just going to go on whole notes. I'm like, we're going to go with a 4/4 tempo map, and I'm going to show you guys what happens. So we're going to go up to, say, let me get a little closer look here. Trying to zoom in here a little bit. And let's go to, say, bar 16. So what we want to do is right click and insert tempo time signature marker. And it's really that simple. So we'll go to, like, say 225 BPM there. We're still at the same time signature. And here we go. And you can listen to this go. We'll give it like a little 8 count. And then it's going to jump up tempo. You know, play or blast beat or whatever there. The whole band speeds up. So we're going to go to, say, let's go bar 32. And let's slow it down a little bit there right after that. Oh, yeah, the other thing is we get a tempo marker here, too, so we can actually see where the tempo is changing. Now we're going to have some fun with this one. Okay, so we're at bar 32, and we're not only going to change the tempo, we're going to change the time signatures as well. So we're just going to right click on bar 32 there, insert tempo time signature marker, and we're going to slow this down to, say, 155 BPM, but we're also going to set the time signature to 3/4 and see what we get. And we'll do it again, 8 count and then the change. 1, 2, 3. So it goes in that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 kind of a waltz feel. And then we're going to get really interesting. We're going to do one more time signature change here. We're going to bring this up to about 185 again. And we're going to go for a 7/8 time signature. And I see this come up in metal every now and then at like transition riffs, that kind of thing. I remember one band I was working with for years and years, the main dude in the band was a guitar player / singer, and he taught music professionally for a living. And even he didn't know he had a 7/8 time signature in one of his songs, just for like this little turnaround lick. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in eighth notes, just to shave things off a little bit. Now, to make things a little more interesting, what we're going to do is we're going to have that 7/8, and we're going to go to a 4/4 directly after that. So that's going to get us back into a regular swinging feel. So we're going to go from a waltz to a shaved riff, so to speak, and then back into regular. So it's kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's just kind of a way to just kind of shorten up a riff or a turnaround lick, as you will. Like I said, I've seen them crop up in metal productions from time to time. Now, you've got your tempo map, and like I said, everything's laid out in the top row here. You can click on those, you can edit those. Now, to make things really interesting, and this is what's cool about Reaper, is you can do graduated. So we're going to set this to 135 BPM. So we're going to go slow here. But we're going to go back to this where we switch to 4/4, and just to make things interesting, we're going to click on gradually transition tempo to the next marker. So we're going to get a gradual slowdown from 185 to 135. Check this out. So we're going to have the 78, and then we've got this section here at the top with the slowdown. This is going to be neat. How freaking cool is that? The last thing, and this is where it gets a little tricky, for some strange reason, Reaper doesn't want to export this as MIDI. You have to have some kind of a MIDI note in place to be able to extract your tempo map and use it in other DAWs or pull it up in Guitar Pro or that kind of thing. So what we want to do is we want to go to insert new MIDI item. We're going to put this right at the back of right at the end of the tempo map here, and we're just going to draw a note. And that's basically it. Where are we at? Bar 125. Let's see if we can just move this over. So we've, the tempo map will end and whatnot. And then what we can do is go to File, Export Project MIDI. Okay, so we're going to export this, and we want to make extra sure that Embed Project Tempo / Time Signature Changes is checked on there, and that's going to include all that. And we're going to do that. We're going to pull this up. There it is. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to pull up a new project tab, and we're going to import that MIDI file just to make sure it works. And this is one thing I got to stress to everybody out there who's working with other platforms and that kind of thing is before you hand off your files to somebody else to work on, always load your stuff up and test it and make sure it's going to work, because this will save you some headaches because you can find the problems before they happen. So we're going to go to Insert Media File. We're going to pull up MIDI Export Test, open it up, and then import MIDI tempo map at bar 1. Let's see what we get. There it is. You can see all the time signature changes are right along the top here, and we're good to go. So there you go. There's how to create a tempo map in Reaper and export it so it can be cross-platform compatible with any other DAW. Don't forget to check out my free ebook, Recording Metal Drums, and my cheat sheet, as well as some of my premium lessons available on Pro Mix Academy. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.